Uh, Hello, ma'am. Our today's topic was vessels of the head and neck region, and its first part was uh, arterial supply of the head and neck region, and I told you about that. And the second part of this topic is venous drainage of the head and neck region. So, ma'am, I am Aqib Khan, and let's start now. Ma'am, venous drainage of the head and neck region is mainly performed by the jugular vein. Jugular veins are three in number. Number one is anterior jugular vein. This one. Number two is internal jugular vein, and number three is external jugular vein. Ma'am, let's talk about external jugular vein. External jugular vein uh, carries or drainage the blood from our facial region as well as superficial scalp region. So anterior jugular, so external jugular vein is a part of a posterior auricular vein and uh, retromandibular vein, and retromandibular vein is part of a maxillary vein and superficial temporal vein. These two veins drainage the main main drainage of the our facial region, and posterior auricular vein drainage the uh, superficial superior and posterior region of the auricular. This goes downwards and make a external jugular vein, and external jugular vein in the neck region uh, uh, drain the posterior jugular vein in the external jugular vein, as well as transverse cervical vein is also drained in the it is transverse cervical vein also drain is in the external jugular vein. And when we go down, ma'am, suprascapular vein is also drained in the external jugular vein. So these all venous drainage goes down and uh, drain into the left subclavian vein. And we talk about the internal jugular vein. So internal jugular vein is the major vein which drain the deoxygenated blood of the our internal head like brains and others internal organs, and it continues, and the in the neck region there are six other veins drain into the internal jugular veins. These are pharyngeal vein. This one is pharyngeal vein, and number two is facial vein. This one is facial vein, and number three is lingual vein. This one is lingual vein, and number four is a superior thyroid vein, and number five is a middle thyroid vein. These six one two three four five yes, these five venous drainage are including the drain blood from the anterior face, trachea, thyroid gland, esophagus, larynx, and muscles of the neck, and goes down into the left subclavian vein. So when an internal jugular vein meets to left subclavian vein, it's form left brachiocephalic vein. This one is brachiocephalic vein. This goes from the left side to the right side. It is very long vein, and here a vein is also present, which is known as inferior thyroid vein. It's drain deoxygenated blood from the our thyroid gland, and this vein is now known as a left brachiocephalic vein, and it is very important when we enter any tube, so can be uh, it can be uh, injured. So it is very important to know. And like left internal jugular vein or right external jugular vein, same things happen with uh, right side. Here is present internal and external jugular vein and drain, but the difference, the right brachiocephalic vein is very small and it goes from right to right side. So here is no any need of any other things. And here is one also, vein is present, it is known as anterior jugular vein. uh, Anterior jugular vein drain the anterior part of the neck region, drain anterior part of the neck region, and it's also drain into the superior uh, right subclavian vein. Right subclavian vein, it is right subclavian vein. And right subclavian vein is here it's called right brachiocephalic vein. And when right brachiocephalic vein and left brachiocephalic vein, it's form the superior vena cava. And superior vena cava forms the goes to the our uh, right atrium. Thank you, ma'am.